Hello everyone, this is Juan from Juan's Garage, and this is your garage tip of the day. So many of you have these type of faucets. This is a MOEN faucet, M-O-E-N, and some of you may have the faucets for your tub, which differ from your faucets on your sink. Now, the difference is the cartridge here is a little wider, all right? Because it's gonna let more volume of water come through your faucet. Now, I do have, this number here is a 1224B, which is for your faucet, and this guy here is for your tub. Sometimes they call them Roman tubs, but I'll lay them side by side, see if you can tell the difference. It's kind of hard to tell right now, but you see one is a little more narrow than the other. So today we're going to change these out. It's kind of simple if you follow these steps, but starts with taking the handle and this decorative section off, and then we'll get to the insides. Alrighty. In this video, we're going to show you how to change out these MOEN cartridges for your bathtub, and they are a number 1248. Don't confuse these larger bathtub cartridges with the sink faucet cartridges, 1224s, okay? So basically you need some simple tools. If you don't have one of these, you need to pick one up. You can't do the job without it, okay? You're gonna have to insert it to get these nuts out, and some other basic stuff. Okay. So typically these are hand tight, and you can just unscrew them by hand. If you need to, you can use a strap wrench to get them off, all right? And if the strap wrench slips off, you put a strip of tape around it so that strap wrench will grab it. Later on in the video, I might show you how to do that. But otherwise, you just unscrew this guy and he comes right off. Now at some point, you're gonna have to turn off the water to your house, or like in this case, we have a tub that you can't get to any kind of shutoff valve. So you have to turn the water off to the entire house. So we'll go through that as well, okay? So here we go. And by the way, these are color coded. You see the blue one is for cold and the red strap is for hot. So keep these apart when you take them off, if you're gonna do one at a time. Now, this is a nut here. It just kind of keeps it from popping out, okay? So we can take him off. And the beauty ring comes off. But what you have inside of here is a lock nut that keeps this on there. So what you need to do, if you don't have it, you gotta get a tool like this, okay? This slips inside and you can unscrew that. Now, the problem is when you unscrew this, if you don't turn your water off, water is gonna come gushing through here, all right? So I'm gonna take this other one apart. I'll demonstrate with the pipe wrench, the strap wrench, because if they haven't been removed in a long time, these are really difficult to get off, okay? And you don't want to put channel locks directly on here because these teeth will scar up your chrome finish, okay? So you want to do it with something soft. Okay, this is a little strap wrench, and they come in different sizes, and some of them look a little different, but you feed the strap through, pull it over. Now I'm going to try to do this with one hand. I might have to stop the video. But you get enough snug on this side here, and then what you do is you pull it this way. You see how the strap, whoops, takes a bite on there, and it'll pull and it'll tighten it. Okay, there you go. So when you pull it, it's gonna unwind it. And you just unstrap it. Once you break it free, you can undo this by hand. Now you can use other tape, but the nice stuff about this blue tape is it doesn't leave a gummy leftover on it that you have to spend time cleaning off. If you use the rubber tape or masking tape or duct tape, it might leave a gummy residue on your chrome finish, and then you have to spend more time cleaning off, which is no fun. So I recommend using this blue stuff and a strap wrench. All right, now you're at a point where you want to shut off the water. Now, most houses, they have a main pipe that goes into the house, but it comes down here from your city service. And you might even have a T off of this that goes for your sprinklers or something. But look for the first valve that you can shut off that comes to your house. In this case, it's this guy here. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, tighten them all the way down. Now, most of the times, these valves don't close completely. So what you want to do is you want to open up your water spigot here and run a hose down here somewhere so you can just let the remaining water from the house drain out. And if it's leaking, you can just let the water come down. If not, it's going to pressurize your system and it's going to spray water all over the place. Okay, so once you take this screw off, or that retaining bolt off, you can take this guy here off, okay? And he's gonna be buried underneath. You unscrew him, okay? And then this guy is a retainer for your assembly. And then you take this guy here out, and there is your leaking cartridge. So there's a screw in here you take out and you replace it onto your new one. So I'll go through the next steps. Now, if this guy's stuck, and he might be hard to take off, take this retaining nut, screw it on, and then you can grab this and yank it up. Makes life easier, okay? Alrighty, let's replace the cartridge. Okay, so now you have the extender on the new valve. Smear a light amount of this plumber's grease over it, okay? That's so that when it goes inside your piping here, it doesn't stick and it'll move freely. It comes with a little bit of grease already. Now, there's something else I want to point out. Okay, I'm going to try to do this one-handed, but inside here, you have a little notch. I can't get to it there, but right where the screwdriver is. Okay, I'm going to take the screwdriver out. You can't hardly see it, but there is a little notch on the inside there, deep inside, okay? About halfway down. Yeah, you can't see it. Try to get the lighting just right on that. Anyway, okay, there's a little notch and it's on this end of it, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this little notch here on the barrel. You see the barrel? And you see this little tab right here? That has to line up with that notch, okay? So you're gonna seat this in and you're gonna twist it to feel for that, okay? Feel that it goes in there, and then you know you got the right place, okay? Inside there, you can't, like I say, I tried to see it, but It's really difficult. Okay, so now I've reinserted it, and the way to tell that you've got it inserted in that notch, if you can turn this and it stops, turn it clockwise, counterclockwise, and again it stops, and it doesn't spin, then you know you have it centered in that notch. And it's really important because that's going to be your turn off and turn on valve position, okay? So counterclockwise is off, okay? All right, now what you want to do is you want to put this backward. So this is your retainer. You put this in here and you screw it back in, get it started. These are plastic threads, so you want to start them gently, make sure they seat properly, and get them started by hand. You do not want to cross thread these plastic threads. If you cross thread them, you're going to have to go out and buy new ones. And that might mean your shower or your tub being out of commission for a while until you can get new ones. Okay, so let's screw that in, and you screw that one all the way in with this guy here. And once again, you bottom him out. He's going to prevent your cartridge from shooting out once you pressurize the system again. Okay, next is this section, or your extender section. You get him, once again, get him screwed in. Get him started by hand, nice and soft, and snug him in all the way to the bottom. Just like this guy right here, all right? If you forget how you took these out, you always have your other one to use as a reference, okay? So, here we go. Another thing worth mentioning is that if you get the cartridge, remember the little cartridge tab I was telling you about? That little tab right there, you can kind of see it at the top right here where my finger is. If you seat that properly, if you align it with the inner tab inside of here, this ring here that the handle screws onto, right? It will seat all the way down. If you screw it and it sticks up like maybe halfway or whatever, if it doesn't seat completely, then you know you didn't align the cartridge, and the cartridge isn't going down all the way like it should, okay? So nothing to it, just yank it back out. Once again, if you need to, put this nut on here and either pull it or get a pair of pliers and pry it up, okay? Piece of cake. Okay, now you're ready to reassemble this here. Now, you want to align your handle so that it's in the proper orientation. You don't want it here when you want it off. So turn this guy counterclockwise in your closed position. And now this one, you want to handle him here. Now what we're going to do is, you can't see it, but this is kind of oriented so that this guy goes in. You see how he's got the square end and he's got the round end on the other side? Okay, just put him inside of here, let him seat. I can't show you with the camera, but okay. But once he's in there, he seats inside there. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold him in place. It's hard to do this with one hand, but you're gonna hold him in place and you're gonna drop him down in there and you're gonna snug it up, okay? And then you're gonna take this off. Because what happens is you have to get him in the right position. See this rounded end? You have to get him in the right position so that when you turn your faucet off, this is the pointing the direction you want him. Okay, you don't want it to turn off and it's sticking out here somewhere or way back here somewhere. You want it straight across nicely. So that's what we're gonna do next. Okay, great. So once he's oriented, you pull him back off and you put the retaining nut on, you screw it on and you tighten down. After you snug him up, Okay, you don't have to crank this super hard, but you make it hand tight because it's plastic, okay? Just snug, it doesn't have to be really hard. Now, if you noticed, the shaft turns, so turn him back counterclockwise. You can have a pair of pliers to do it, but be careful with that. You don't want to hurt the plastic, okay? Okay. So he's in the off position. Now, when you put him on, he's going to orient properly to seat up inside of here. Okay, it should be like this. Okay, once again, start him very carefully, screw him on gently because these are plastic parts underneath. You don't want to cross thread them. Okay, so I just turned the water back on and a little bit of air in the system. Okay, there we go. It's full blast. Turn it off. And no drips whatsoever. Turn the hot one. There's the hot water. Blow some air out of the hot water. Full blast. Turn it off. And there you go. Easy as that. Okay, everybody, that was the Juan's garage tip of the day. How to change out your MOEN cartridges. Piece of cake. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next run. Take care.